Hello. Hi, everybody. So I have people on my page there. Hi. And I have on my private Facebook. Hi. How's everybody doing? How's yo in USA? This is Wednesday night. That's 10:46 p.m. And in Zambia that should be around 5:46. I think. Not sure. Is that time correct? So the topic we'll be having today is confidence. How do you build your confidence? Um, how do you pick people who help you create your confidence? And how do you notice the people who take away from your confidence? And before we go ahead and look at these two types of people, we have two. I would like to tell you what the confidence does for you. It does two things. Let's see if we can get that here. That way I can only look one way. Yeah, let's see if we can have that there. I think that's fair enough. Pow, 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 pow. All right, so hi Fitz. How are you? I can't tell who's on here. So the two things that the thing that confidence does for you, which is very important for anybody who's watching, I applaud you for coming here because my topics are very empowering and I'm here to give you tools, challenge your thinking in a way that you strive for more, you do better, and you work on yourself. The more you work on yourself, your value goes higher. Self-improvement is a thing and it's important for everybody. And I'm talking about confidence because there's something confidence does for you that when you don't have it, you have more to lose. You don't do as well. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're going for a job interview and you had a rough morning, or maybe you had people who were talking negative about you, or the drama. The way and your presence when you're around people who are giving you that meeting or that interview is very different. The way you stay up, the way you step up, the way you talk when you have that positive energy, when you're confident about yourself, you can sell yourself in the best way that shows you're the best person for the job. But when you don't have confidence, even if you're very knowledgeable, even if you're very smart, the way you step up is different. So depending on what job you get, how high achievers or people who have a lot would want to connect with you. It's your vibe, how you turn up, how you deal with those people. And it's very important to realize that if you put two people in the same room, one is confident and one is not, even if the person who doesn't know more than you is more confident and can sell themselves better, they will get the job, they will do better, they will go further. And people love to attach themselves with people who have a positive energy around them. And it's very important that we take the time, you take the time to actually see who's around me, who is around me that I keep. After speaking to them, how do I feel? How do I do at my job? How do I do at my school? How do I do in my family, with my siblings? You have to start asking yourself these questions. And sometimes you even look at even your own family. You look at your brothers, you look at your sisters and uncles, nephews, grandma, chicken, dogs, everyone. You look at them and you analyze. After interacting, do they empower you or do they disempower you? Because even when someone means the best for you and wants you to do well, but if they come with with negativity, that negativity, advice or help, whatever you want to call it, they want to help you, but after they do whatever they're doing, it leaves you defeated, it leaves you less confident, it makes you more sulky, and whatever was happening there makes you do worse than you can. That's not good. So it's very important that you guard yourself and you start growing so that you become more confident when you're making a speech to people, when you're representing yourself in a board of meeting, wherever you take yourself, your confidence will take you a long way. So it's very important you identify the two people that will either give or, let's say, add, or take away from you having confidence. So hi Fitz. Hi, how are you? Thank you for saying hi. I'm fine too. Hi. You can tell from the cheeks. I'm fine. How you identify people. First, I am going to ask you a question. Have you ever been in a situation where you do something? It could be, if you're a lady, you clean the house, you are receiving some guests, relatives, family, whoever it is. Or if you're a man, you work up something and you're helping or doing something for other people, or even for yourself. Like every time you don't dress up, and the time you dress up, like you put the time in, londo mwachisa, you really put yourself together and you want to have this energy, this vibe, like, okay, I'm the person, nobody's going to mess with me. You have that vibe. And someone who's very close to you, very close, not a stranger, comes and says, that taste it doesn't work, or try this and that. And for you, that's the thing that if your energy level is like this, it gave you this. And someone just comes and criticizes your creation because maybe it took you days, maybe it took you months, maybe you had to save a lot because you've been eyeing that, you've been wanting to put that together, and you were going for an interview, wedding, or anything. And then if it's the house you cleaned, someone starts looking at the one thing you didn't do well, or the one thing that's not good. And when you have such people, it doesn't matter how dear they are to your heart, but they're really close. When they say something negative, you can smile, laugh it off, and whatever, but that's like an account. It does so much damage. It does so much damage, whether they are unaware, they've got issues, God knows what's happening with their life, or I don't know, but you have to start noticing that. You have to be very careful. There are people who criticize you, they want you to do better, do much more. But it's also very important to have people who really cheer you when you have a small win, because we have many losses in life, we have many difficulties, we have many situations. But if you have people who are constantly pointing at flaws, you're going to be insecure. You're going to be so insecure, the way you present yourself, the way you work at your work, the way you come up, even if it's, let's say, it's your home, your family, the way you stand up. Or let's say if you have anybody that's just there picking at you, doesn't matter if it's a brother, sister, cousin, uncle, auntie, or whatever, notice them. That's very important. You have to do it. You really have to get on your A game. You have to know, okay, you have to really start asking yourself, okay, when I speak to this, let's say you want to be the president of the country, it could be the first female president, the male next president, you want to be in politics, you want to be in whatever. Let's say you want to be vice president of a company, or you want a job as a salesperson, you're starting, or even if you're just going to be a garden boy. And then where you're coming from, people are always telling you how not good you are. It lowers your standards. And when your standards are lowered, the way you perform is different. Have you seen this flag here? The flag, the American flag. I'll tell you what it symbolizes to me. I love my country very much. I love Zambia. But one thing I love about America, there's a bit of anyone and everyone. If you want positive people, it's easy to start finding those. But like back home, it's much, much easier to find negative, to find positive people, or people who can help build up your spirit, not even by giving you stuff, or just there's so much drama. Everybody, the best stories that go even here are negative, but it's much harder to make it because we're not used to clapping for our friends' wins. We're not used to, the culture is still a little bit, crazy there, where we thrive on drama. If you write a topic, see one, you have 1,000 people, 2,000 from Zambia. If you have a topic in the US of something, let's say even Kylie Jenner or anything, people are there. But at the end of the day, ask yourself, after watching those people, does it bring food to your table? Does it make your kids better? Does it make your family more united? Does it bring more harmony? We start asking ourselves these things, and you say, okay, that's entertaining. Like I watched a bit of Tier 1 as well. That was entertaining, the way it was just blowing up this guy. Oh, it's so courageous. Funny. Okay, done. But you have to really be careful what you allow yourself to pay attention to. And if it's someone who's very close, they're always chipping at you on everything you do, that will break you. You'll find if someone wants to hire you, and the people who are most dear to your heart are the ones who are negative. No, you can't do this. You can. How can you perform at your highest level when everybody's trying to keep you on the standards that are low? Identify that person. The second person, the person who, they can be chaos around you, but that person will notice something that most people even miss. One good thing. So like let's say the outfit, if you have that outfit which is crazy, or you did up the house, you clean, they'll say, the house smells good. They'll compliment the one thing. Oh, the tables look so nice. And once you compliment on something that someone has actually put energy into, it can be an outfit, it could be cleaning the house, it could be going for job interviews or whatever. It makes them bigger. It helps them. It does much, much more. There's good criticism, there's bad criticism. But right now I'm focusing on just the confidence. And if someone is not a certified coach and they're just vomiting their venom, trying to take out whatever they're feeling, their issues, or they just can't shut their mouth and they're always talking, such a person, you have to be careful. If it's a friend or family member, have a timetable, see them twice a year. You don't need to see that person every day. That's why I keep on saying, choose the environments and the circles you hang around. The people you hang around, how the small things you've done, do they notice those? Or do they notice the one thing or the 10 things or the other things you're failing at? Do they keep on pointing flaws? Because someone can point at flaws. It's not like, oh no, it's someone then should never criticize. They can point at flaws, but do they also point at your wins? Do they notice the effort you're doing in whatever you're doing? Because what people tell us, even if you argue with them, you say, or you just laugh it off, when they go, it remains in your mental, in your subconscious. And you have that voice. You won't realize you have it. But if you wish to walk like this, you'll change. Because of what they told you, what's in your head. Guard your brains. Guard your mind. Work on being better. And the way you can work on being better is really, when you climb 3 steps, life itself will kick you down. But don't allow people to even pull you more down. Wherever you go in life, you have criticism, people, neighbor, everybody has a say. You make money, you'll be criticized. You're poor, you'll be criticized. You're beautiful, you'll be criticized. You're fat, you'll be criticized. You're skinny, whatever you are going to be criticized. So that is something that comes with life. Don't even try to fight it. It's normal. And the more criticism you get, that's from outside, not people who are close to you. Random people talking about you, that's a sign of success. So don't let that bother you. I'll give you an example. When you look at presidents, we have Longo in Zambia, we have Donald Trump here, you have Beyonce, you have Jay-Z, you have all these people. They have a lot of haters, they have people who love them. You have to learn to work with that. But when it comes to someone who's close to you, your brother, your sister, your uncle, the chickens that are there before you slaughter them, they should not be the ones who are busy pointing every flaw. Try to have people, hi, good morning, Emmanuel, how are you? Hi. Try to have people who are there saying, okay, you know what? Worry about polishing your shoe. Okay, I'll help you remove things on the line. Have people who, if you are alone and you could do something in 5 minutes, have people around you who help you so that you do it in 4 minutes. You will go further. And help is not always money. Help or stay out of the way, but don't allow your inner circle to criticize you. If you have siblings or whatever, even if you've had many failures, you don't need people holding you to that standard, and that won't build you. Sometimes if someone is maybe too relaxed, it depends. when it comes to advice, when it comes to things you hear, you have to know where you are in life. If you are not an action taker, you never do anything, and then someone tells you, that's different. But if you know you're trying and you do something, now you do something and people who are very close to you only see the flaw and none of anything that you did differently, that's a problem. That's why it's better sometimes to not speak about everything you do. Because if you had this confidence and everybody you tell, the question you, point at other ideas, it starts coming down. That's why you find you climb a ladder a little bit, you fall down, climb a ladder a little bit. So it's very important that you really watch what you keep around you. If you can relate in any way, give me a like, a thumbs up, share with your friends, let me know, because maybe I'm speaking to myself. Maybe I should just start praying. I'm alone, I don't know. But anyway, so very important. Watch your circles. Now, I wrote something. Let me just read it out for you. I had this webinar with this multi-billionaire, and there were about 50 ladies, and it was empowering, talking about the different things. And I thought, okay, I need to share this with my tribe, my people who have me. I have your back, you have my back. Everybody there, hi. So this is very important. People who are negative attack your strength. That definition, people who are negative attack your strength. That's how you differentiate between criticism and someone building you. It could be an ex you had, it could be friends, it could be sisters, it could be anybody, but someone whose opinion or whose breath matters to you. Those are the people who it really hurts the most. It could even be just friends, but you're close. The heart is there. And maybe your strength, your God-given talent is you're a good communicator. Maybe your God-given talent is you're entertaining, you're funny. For example, like if we have Bob and Kosha here, we have Kevin Hart, different people, different places. And the way your talent that God gave you or your strength is what another person just comes and criticize. That's whoever they are, cut them, don't even waste time, cut. Those people are killers of your dream, because you're going to be ashamed of your dream. You're going to be ashamed of what you have to deliver to the world, the gift you can give back to the world. Let's say your strength is the ability just to listen to people. People make millions and millions of dollars here just by being a good listener, being a good interviewer, a good listener. You talk about Oprah Winfrey, you talk about the Joe Rogan show, multi-millionaires, but they're the person is just always listening. They don't say anything. So really find out what is your gift. Just start analyzing your stuff. Start thinking, okay, I feel confident, even if you're not great at it yet, or you haven't really realized. This is what makes you feel like you're a bloody 10. When I do this, I feel great. Even if it's not your gift. And it's something that makes you who you are. If, let's say, for example, martial artists, if you back up, maybe you kick like Bruce Lee or God knows what. Or let's say you love your gym or you love your work, you really love your work. It makes you feel alive when you provide for your family. If it's your woman, it's your curves, God knows what. And someone keeps on criticizing that one thing. It could be your kids, your kids, your family, something that you are really proud of. Something that you say, okay, this is the epiphany of who I am. This is my breath. And if someone is constantly, even if you do communicate, and the kid, even if it's funny or a joke, what damage it does to you. It's a thing that maybe can stop you from going to your next level because you're not as confident, you're not as sharp. Those people, even if it's your sister, your brother, the chickens, neighbors, church friend, or minimize the time with them. Minimize, because the more you are attacked on your strength, it weakens. And it doesn't happen in one day. It doesn't happen one time. It happens slowly, gradually. And the time those people are not telling you those things, or they're not criticizing your strength, whatever it is, what is going to happen is subconsciously your brain will be telling you those stories. If they don't do it to you, your brain will start doing it to you, because the brain doesn't really know, especially your subconscious, between what's real and what's not. So for it, it's like, oh no, that's what it is. Like that's pathetic. And then you start, even if you are walking like that, you're going to start walking slowly. So you really have to be careful with this. Really have to be careful. It's very important, it's very vital that you really understand what is it that you're trying to build, who are you trying to become, and do you have people attacking that dream? Do you have people who are attacking that strength? That's one thing you shouldn't tolerate. It doesn't matter who they are, respect them, acknowledge their presence, but at the end of the day, do not entertain such people for a long time, because they will not take you further. They might be the reason you're going to really, really do 2 out of your 10. Your success, your journey, you see your gift, like Steve Harvey says. You see your gift. And other people, or your dream, even if it's not your gift, your dream or the thing you hold most dear to. And that's not for everybody to see. So even if you explain it, not everyone will see it. But if you have someone who's attacking your ideas, someone who's attacking what you're trying to build, many people have really fallen back on what they can do just simply because of listening to everybody around them. So if you're going to fall on your own terms, win on your own terms, listen to everything, even what I say. Take what you can. Use what you think is useful to you. If something doesn't make sense, not everything has to be perfect that I say. I am not a prophet. I am not an angel. I'm a student of life. I believe in self-development. I believe in reading many books, getting knowledge, writing things down, really analyzing how people who are successful do things. And when I say successful is just being a better person than you were yesterday, achieving your goals. Do you feel fulfilled? Are you living a life of purpose? So you always have to really just say, okay, some people it's not even money. Some people it's just, they're around there with family and they're very happy even if they're starving. You have to know what works for you. And if that is what works for you, then you do you. But at the end of the day, ask yourself, do you want to be better? Is what they're saying helping you go to the next level? Are they really even clapping for you when you win? You get a job promotion, you get that job. Are they talking for a long time as much as they talk when you lose? Such people, your friends, neighbors, chicken, dogs, cows, all those, you have to analyze them. If it's a chicken, maybe you might want to roast that in the oven, because it can't be bothering you. You should be bothering it. But anyway, that's just a joke. Anyway, so very important. Find out who criticizes your strength or your idea or the future you're creating. Someone who's standing in the way of what you want to become and criticizing that's a problem. Eliminate them. It doesn't matter the title. It doesn't matter. Do not tolerate. You do not have to tolerate that. You do not owe anybody anything. And the more successful you become, you'll be even able to help those people. The more accomplished you are, the happier you are, the more fulfilled you can give now what you've created and what you have. But if you're drained and you're negative, you're going to be bitter. And at the end of the day, imagine being bitter, being broke, and having all this. So you have to choose your battles. And if those people are holding you back, those criticizers of your strength or your what you're trying to create, are people who will not take you to you can leave them and love them from a distance. If they need help and you do create your dream and you're able to help, then help them. I'll give you an example. Trevor Noah, he was busy doing his thing, just talking, comedy and all that thing. That's Trevor Noah in the USA here. So far in real estate, he has bought houses in the USA worth, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but about $85 million. Someone who was born in South Africa, that's an African. He started his career back then, and here it was amplified and all that good stuff. But doesn't matter who was negative about him, he's able to do more for the people who he left back home. He's able to help. But when you have the people who are supposed to be supporting you are the one criticizing you, the one standing in front of you and your dream. That's why you see those pictures and mantras where you say, oh, you have to go through family, you have to go through this. And that's why they say word sacrifice. It's not sacrificing a person and their life. No. Sacrifice means what are you willing to move away from? Distance yourself so that you can grow. It's like an egg. When a chicken has an egg, it hides it from the world. It has to keep it warm for it to hatch, for it to survive. They're not putting it with the other bigger chickens, even if the two small chickens, love their baby egg. That needs time to grow. That needs time to become a chicken, hatch, and then it's back in the environment where it can play or do whatever. The same thing with a human being. What are you going to sacrifice? Don't hold on to people who are criticizing your dream, criticizing your strength. You do not need to hold on to them, I tell you. And if you look at the people you surround with, the conversations you listen, I want you to work on yourself in a way that when you walk, there's strength in your walk. There's that drive. You can make it wherever you are in the world, be it in Africa, be it in the US, you can make it. You can do it, no matter the economy. Success has clues. Follow the people you admire. If you like my energy, you like my strength, follow this. It's not about just gossip and blah, 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 blah. A little bit about gossip. But point being, looking at the bigger picture. Start aligning. And the way you align yourself, it's not always give me this, find me this. Sometimes it's just like, for example, I'm seeing the support here, I see people listening, and then the time I come, let's say if someone was a cameraman, someone has this company or whatever, and I had a project, and I'm like, oh, that guy's or that girl is always, and then I'm like, oh, that's how you start making connections. It could be one deal, someone will see your job, will see your project, and that's the way word of mouth works. It's not just putting your dream out there and saying, okay, now people find me, I'm here. No. So for everybody watching, please connect with people who help you build your dream. Connect with people who are able to praise your small wins. It could be just buying a shoe. It could be something small that you've never had. If it's something good, and someone is able to give you a compliment, they're able to celebrate your small win or just acknowledge it and tell you, because that really gives you stamina, that gives you, the energy, the drive, the purpose. When you go for a job interview, when you talk to your family as a man, when you're a wife and you have women who talk about how positive, how great marriage could be, you see your spouse with this beautiful energy, this flow, this state of mind where you're very invested in what's happening around. It's different. But when you have people who are negative on what you hold dear to, it could be your family, it could be your job, it could be your self-development or anything. Cut them off. You don't need to be with them. Cut them off. You don't need to. It's not your job. No, sister, brother, cousin. When you have enough and they need help, even from a distance, you can help people. But if you're always stuck in the small dramas, no one will survive. You are going to be bitter, you have the blame game, and things just keep on going, same thing over. So the reason they say sacrifice is just being able to stay away, work on yourself, do good. Wouldn't you feel nice if you have people watching from Zambia, where you have a Zambian lady coming and you are able to create a name for your country, for yourself. You're able to bring back jobs and create this stuff. And it was through positive work and good things. And people are able to say, okay, it's not just going to the USA and coming back with an accent or, just coming back with cool clothes and whatever, but people are able to contribute back. They're able to represent us and good stuff like that. It's not always year one or whatever drama that's going on in Zambia and all that. I think that's positive, and we need that. So I don't care if someone is being a gardener, if someone is a maid, a driver, minister, president, whoever, as long as you're a human being. Let's celebrate each other's wins. Let's build each other up. Let's be the positive ones. And if you have nothing positive to say and you're feel like criticizing anything, zip it. Like, keep your opinions to yourself. Nobody wants to know that. Keep it to yourself. Keep your venom. Sometimes you can say, if it means, for example, you see someone, they haven't, it's just an example, people. You see someone is from using the bathroom and they didn't do the zip. It's not a criticism. They're just telling you, and that's not to shame you. It's so that when you go to the rest of the world, not everybody notices that you forgot to do the button or something like that, or the zip. So you also have to differentiate. You have to be smart about it, analyze, see if it's fruitful. So recap on what we spoke about. Noticing the two people you need to go, the two people that either build or destroy your confidence. When you're working on yourself or creating your confidence, even when you don't even know you're doing it. People who attack your strength, that is your enemy. Even if it's brother, sibling, cousin, even if it's jokingly, that is not the person to keep close, because that might be the link between you and getting to your goals and how you step up in your life. Do not tolerate that. When it comes to the positive things, if you have people, even if they do criticize, but they do celebrate your wins and you know they really want the best for you, attach yourself to those, link yourself to those. If you always have negative in, it will be hard for you to produce a positive life when you have negative in your mind. So if you're always watching Facebook negative things, news negative things, everything is negative, people bombed each other, people killed each other, there's no possible way your life is going to be positive. It's what's happening and going in there is different from what's out there. So make sure you feed yourself some good things that build you. It's very important. And again, my name is Pauline Coney. Guard your mind, guard your cup of tea, because when someone puts poison, even if it's by mistake, it will do damage. If someone puts sugar, even if it's an enemy, that will not do anything to you. So guard your brain. Watch what you keep around. Watch what you tolerate, and be the best you can be, because you can. So thank you for watching, everybody. My name again is Pauline Coney, and thank you until I see you next time. Don't forget to leave a comment, share with your friends, like, and let me know what you think about this. Is there a part you resonated with, something you would like to go back and forth in the comments? Looking forward to seeing that. So good night for USA, and good morning for Zambia and other parts of Africa. The UAE, I'm not sure what time it is, but good night. Let's see. End my video.